Alright, I'm back. So, we are near the mine, fixing to go down below. We're at Labyrinthos. So, let's see what they're hoarding down here. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis fate, but I hear something moving within. Creatures home their researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. Alright. Let's go. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. Take it slow and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. Okay. Let's go. Here we go. Nothing too treacherous, looking like. Oh, there's a wide open space. Can I mount? I can, okay. Alright. Some mushroom looking things. Alright, here we go. Boom! What's up? Can help them with these. Why not? Alright, let's get back to it. Don't really feel like fighting anything right now. I just want to get... Oh, colors. I thought I went behind it. Oh well. Surveying. What's here? Anything? Oh, of course. Alright. Let's do some AoEs. Alright. I guess we go around here. Don't know what's over there, but we made it. We made it through the mine. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident, nothing of consequence at least, and as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the media circuit, or medial. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. And we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Okay? Living lettuce. That's what those things look like. Oh no, it heard me. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Hey, maybe I can help these dudes. Let's do like an egg for more experience. AoEs suck. Oh no! I hate being melee, but I love the dragoon. Let's get this one. There we go. Oh, I see another dragoon. Nice. Let's open up the eye. Let's do this. Boom. Oh gosh, all the AoEs, all of them. Ooh. I don't need it. I really need to heal myself. Good grief, there's so many of them. Let me call my chocobo, maybe. Oh, and of course, yeah, now it's... Well, hey, we completed it. All good. The fat chocobo. Well, let's go. Oh, it's a farm. Wine. Nice. Pumpkins. Oh, now I know where we are. This is Muriel's Ergonomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. Okay. And it is this facility which coordinates the oversees those efforts. The fruits of the research go to feed the Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to Agra, whatever. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name. Only a list of nutritional benefits scribed on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It is possible they know something of the forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Well, let's talk to them. Let's see what you can coax from these workers. The rest of us will do the same. Alright, who wants to talk to me? Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors. Not with the use of the lift being restricted. How did you make your way down here anyway? Uh-oh. The mine shaft. Duh, everyone uses it. The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum has us feeling orderless and a mom long. Massive yet detailed request. Literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, isn't it? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vaguely assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Not at all. Alright, Maverick, let's go. Do I have aught to be taken down below? More than I can carry, and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via cargo lift, but some have been earmarked for aerial transport, hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. God's hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. Okay. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, the one is a variety of grape. Okay, as you expect. Used to be called Carvas before the Imperials renamed it. Huh. Alright, so he's growing grapes. Guess we'll go up here. Let me click on the stacked boxes. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. Bundles of common seeds and saplings. Alright. Well, everything's being transported below. Almost as if they're preparing for something. Hey, I saw those in the trailer. Glowing flora. It's pretty.
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Who's that? Oh.
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
Okay. So is it like kind of like a mood stone? You touch it and it turns a different color or something?
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders.
Oh, okay. So it is like a mood stone.
Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy. Dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Sharlayan at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Interesting.
Have you learned aught of interest?
Found some, mood color changing flowers.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the forum's undertaking.
She is looking at these flowers. She's not looking at me or anyone else. That's interesting. Okay.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
How convenient.
If only we could interrogate the forum members directly.
Well, your dad is, or is he a council member? No, I guess he's I don't know. I mean... What about y'all's mom?
Isn't that the entrance to the arcade?
Arcane. Archon. Arcane? Oh. Hey, it's our friend.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
It is.
A
Erenville.
little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Mm-hmm.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member, or at least a close associate?
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Nah.
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice.
True, we don't need to bring him along for it.
If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
Okay, Alisaie.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
See, I called it. She was looking at those. What's going on?
Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
Girl, what's going on with you?
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
He's not exactly running away, Alisaie. It's okay.
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Okay, this is having such an impact. This is making me remember Final Fantasy VII with Aerith and the flowers and how she can talk to flowers. Like, I can't help but have this feeling all over again. Are these flowers rooted into the life stream? And can she talk to these flowers like Aerith can in Final Fantasy VII? That's the feelings I'm having right now. Interesting. Oh boy. If so, I've seen this play out before. Does this mean we have to say goodbye to Kryl? Is she going to be one that dies? Just like Aerith did in Final Fantasy VII? Oh boy. Is Kryl still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Yeah, me either. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Alize is not about to let him out of her sight. Yes, we know. Erenville was headed westward along the path outside the Archon. Come, we can still catch him. Alright. Let's go. Oh, wait. You said westward. That way. Alright. I'm gonna have to jump. Whee! Hold a moment, I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logiston Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate-controlled centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the Forum, I would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads. What? We're frogs. She used toad on us. Goodness. Oh my god. Oh no. We're kind of big, aren't we? Unaccustomed to transfiguration. Worry not. It will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Which reminds me, where the creatures hereabouts, in that form, you are essentially defenseless. You have changed into a toad, but you must remain transfigured in order to progress with the quest objectives. Okay, so don't get in trouble, basically. Okay. Ribbit, ribbit. Okay, they're accompanying me now. You can leave your quest companions behind, blah blah blah. Okay. Hippity hop. The Maverick. Don't eat me, Maverick. Don't eat me. Oh boy. Well, nothing looks like it's gonna eat me. Maybe we turn here? Hop, hop, hop. There's a big old toad. You know what? We probably... This circle looks like something we need to get. So maybe... Attempts and fails to shake his head, but you nevertheless understand what he's telling you, that this is the wrong way. Okay, fine. We don't jump down here, do we? Where do we go? Aha, I can get up here. Yes. Alright. Alright. We've got it. Who's with him?
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands.
Uh-oh.
We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
The apocalypse, probably.
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge.
See, the final days hang heavy in the air.
I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
The survival of Sharlayans, probably.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the forum.
It pretty much means, just do my bidding. And don't complain. Uh-oh. We've been found out. Is he gonna do anything? Is he gonna say anything? He knows. He's an animal expert, he knows.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
Yep, he knew. He knew. He's an expert. He knew.
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
True. That was funny. Okay. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived, yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle, this momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Sharlayan has been called to action, and the Telfaroy's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. Alright. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all of its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Kryl for the moment, see what they think of this. Yep. I wonder if there's any ether points around here. I'm not seeing any green swirly air. Okay. The lambs will hurt you? What? Okay. Big ol' structure. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville then? He kind of found us. Truth be told. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important. Even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Kryl, then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decided to wander. Okay. Maybe not that. Where was the flowers? It was by the boxes. There's that rift for reapers. Okay, it's up here, I think. Yep, Kryl went back to the flowers. How interesting. Are you talking to him? Well, now it's gonna die. What are you doing?
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting.
Oh, okay. Well then.
She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
She? So you're speaking to Heidelin. Okay.
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Oh boy. Are your eyes gonna change? Yup.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment.
Alright.
Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment.
Huh.
It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest.
Ethereal Sea. Is that what Midgar Somer was protecting at the lake? Silver Tear Lake. I have a feeling it is.
After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well.
So she is gone. Her soul is in the Ethereal Sea now. Or as Final Fantasy VII called it, the Life Stream.
Her. And another who may yet have a part to play. Though that will depend on you.
Another?
Take the flower. Walk free. For you are free. To go where you wish. To believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide. Test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
Huh.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will. straining to reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go.
Yes, it did.
Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious. We've done nothing wrong.
Oh, we've been found out. Well, it was, sooner or later. I knew we were. The Popos here. There they are. The council, or whatever. It's Dad. Oh no. Dad, let me have my fun.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Uh-oh.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization.
We are assisting. We've been assisting. It's not a lie.
We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian.
Yeah, the guy that wouldn't let us down in the first place. Of course, that tattletale.
A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
Right? What are you hiding? You're the one acting sketchy. What are you hiding?
It is not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion.
Why?
And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
Good grief. Calm
What
down.
then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Graha?
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Man, this whole place is Big Brother. Oh gosh, come on.
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Yeah, but he's a special boy and he can get those books, right? What?
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Okay.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Here we go. Okay. Dude, what well, I still think I know what's happening. Poor Grawha. He's right in the middle. Poor Grawha.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together.
True.
I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Good. He knows something.
The forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work.
And what work would that be?
They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Hey, Kryl has her hood down. Cute.
These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
Jeez. This dude is pissed. Expelling his own children. What in the somebody get a portal for Miss Chai. She needs to like backhand him, and I would love to see it.
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Uh-oh.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man.
True.
Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
Yeah.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front.
Right?
Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer?
Tell him.
Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Tell him. Keep going. Tell him.
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality and war and the accumulation of knowledge, above all else, appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
What did you notice, Graha?
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony.
Oh, what was the name? Ildashire?
The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea.
Oh. Well then.
You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Someone using the Force like Vader and closing his pipe? His neck?
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore.
That was strange.
Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle?
You'd be laid to waste. You don't know how to fight. But maybe magic. Maybe you'd make a really good black mage.
We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission not through strife and bloodshed, but survival.
So to hide and cower and hope that it passes over you.
Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Oh, that's what she said in the trailer. Yep.
Such misguided zeal.
Oh, come on, Dad.
Father, Master Fortuno, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Oh.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, hmm? By their own admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches.
The doom. Okay.
But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given?
Yeah, true.
Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Order! We will have order! Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
So we're not allowed to do absolutely anything. We can't even read a book. We can't do anything. We might as well just go back to Limsa. Oh, some aren't raising their hand. I see.
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
It was almost half. Interesting. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city, and our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the ethereal sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlayan. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may. Is Father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alphino, Alize, it is you. Is that their mom? When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I am so very glad that they allowed you to stay. Mother? Aww. Amelia Leveilleur at your service. And you fine people must be the scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Aww. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you were here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stands, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancren's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We'll be back in the annex when you're ready to join us. I'm not sure Chesna, what do you think? Chesna? The Chesna Ray? What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Okay. Who am I to turn down the mom? Oh, but we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Chestnut, if you would be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves. Well, I like Mom so much more than Dad. I mean, jeez. I apologize. My mom is not one to take a no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Chesna? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us? Well, yeah. Not one to turn down meeting someone's family like that. That's cool. Fine, if we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into private chambers. Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys? I mean, never mind. Leveilleur Estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. Somebody got touchy. They don't want me to see their childhood toys, the little mementos they've kept. I think we've all done that, you know. As children, Alphino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at the exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. Oh, so he does care for you guys. When Alice and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother, or a servant, was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye, and now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. So they led kind of sheltered lives here. And here you are at last. Please do come in. God, I hope this isn't a trap. That would be terrible. Well, this is grand.
Oh, my lady.
Wow. Crazy.
What? What are you gawping at?
Your estate. Your, servants. Everything. Jeez. How's Levior in all its grandeur? Scion's headquarters must have seemed squalid indeed. I'm gonna say in all its grandeur, because I was like, geez, this is crazy.
Oh, God, please don't. It makes me feel like a spoiled princess.
Well, you were a spoiled princess until, you know, you started traveling.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
What's upstairs? Your rooms? Are y'all getting, like, some new drip?
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Oh, so they're part of the fan base, I take it.
It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them.
Yep.
Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Okay. Well, she seems lovely. I like her.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Yep, new outfits. I called it. I called it.
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
Let's see it.
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
No, it's the same, but in blue.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Alright, Alphino, let's see what you look like. Are you handsome?
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
Looks good.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
What's that?
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
Oh. Yes. The sage stuff.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
Oh. So his dad was a sage. Huh.
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field.
Really? That stuck-up snob ventured into the fields as a sage. Interesting.
He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless.
That is so cool. So Dad's seen his fair share of battles. So I wonder what she was. I would say a white mage, but who knows? She could have been a paladin for all we know.
Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now.
Yeah, something's going on with him.
And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb.
Aplomb.
May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
Well, he needs to chill out. He needs to be more fatherly and less like his work.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work.
Why?
I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
So, yeah, ask for forgiveness. Got it.
Oh, Mother.
I like Mom. Can Mom come with us?
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Yep. And I'll protect him as best I can. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us, these gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Yep. Now I get to go off with Thancred, I think. Let's see, but let me do a fast travel to... Oh. The map opens up. I'm not used to this just yet. Baldassian Annex. Oh, it's noon. I'm hungry a little bit. Maybe I'll get this. I'll do the last part of this. Well, someone from my FC said they were in a 2-hour queue to get into the game. Jeez. And I got in this morning around 8 o'clock in the morning. And there was only like a... I didn't wait at all. But I need lunch. Oh gosh. If I get out, I won't be able to get back in, I feel like. Okay, Kryl. Enjoyed your time with the Leveilleurs, I hope. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. I hope so too. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Heidelin is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once you've scouted out the situation in, oh gosh, I forgot how to say it. Thavinyar, we'll be well equipped to plot out our next move. Alright, quest complete. Oh, I wonder what they say. I don't think for a moment that I'm jealous of Alphino's new weapons. They're far more suited to him than me. We left for Eorzea in matching outfits, but our styles, both fashion and fighting, have long since diverged. If anything, I'm proud of the differences between us. Yeah. Could see that. If I intend to master these sages' armaments, that will mean learning to imbue them with the same aether that I poured into Moonstone and Obsidian. Who's... Oh, are those the carbuncles? See, I've only played Dragoon, Dark Knight, and I just got Machinist up to level 80 like 2 days before the expansion hit, so yeah, I haven't played all of the jobs yet. Alphino says, "'Tis difficult to grasp the essence of such an entity. For me, it will help to think of the Noliths as allies in battle. Simply a style form of the energy which went from manifesting my carbuncle companions. Okay. Alright. Graha? As curious as I am to learn the truth of this duty, I wonder what else the Forum is hiding. A calamitous secret whose origin lies in the ethereal sea. Duplicity aside, however, I do not believe Master Fortuno means us ill. Even the harsh words he had for his children stemmed not from anger, I think, but desperation. Yeah, I could see how a father would do that. Absolutely. For us to feel responsible for the skim of House Levier would be pure hubris. After all, we are merely on the outskirts of what is, essentially, a family affair. And yet neither can we claim the indifference of strangers. To hear their mother welcome them so warmly was a joy and a relief. Okay. I do believe I'm going to leave it here. And who knows, I may be able to get back on sometime today. Though, it's not looking promising with one of my FC members saying that they had to wait 2 hours to get in. That sucks. But I'm accustomed to that. So I need to go get lunch. I will be back, hopefully, sometime today.